why was Adam and Eve banished from the garden? The apple. What is the apple? What was the tree called? The tree of knowledge of good and evil. Isn't that judgment? Yes, so judgment banished us from the garden. So if we want to get back to the garden, which is actually right here, right now, in the quantum physics realm, we know that that's actuality, that's the truth, even though it seems like a long time ago. It's really right here and now. So we need to relinquish our judgment. Now, me just saying, thou shalt not judge. Did that work? No, that was 4,000 years ago. It still hasn't worked. Right? However, let's clean up where the judgments are rising from, and therefore we can embrace the garden again. We can start to have the fruits of our life show up where we don't feel like we have to cover up and run from the wrath of God, or whatever else they told us, right? So I'm interested in the coming and going, because why do things come and go? Things are so great. I got this raise. I'm feeling so great. I found my soulmate. Nothing. Life couldn't be better. What happens in that moment? The mind says, I don't want this to end. Or what about that time that unexpected horrible thing happened when everything was going great, right? So what happens? I'm feeding these little, and I'm watering the weeds in my garden. And what happens in the garden? All these beautiful flowers get overgrown by the weeds because I fed them and I watered them. So we want to make sure what in us is doing that. It's old, unresolved hurt. So we want to make sure we get enough of that resolved so where the tipping point is we get our free will back, right? That's how you handle addiction. It's getting your free will back. And a lot of times that means acknowledging, I of myself can't do it, so I surrender to a higher power. What a wonderful thing. You don't have to be a drug addict or an alcoholic to do that. You can do it right now. And then life becomes this sweet journey where you actually grow, expand, and raise your frequency and get more and more of your free will. What a blessing. Does it mean that bad things don't happen to good people? No. That's what makes life interesting. It's what you do with the challenges. You would be miserable on this planet if everything was just ecstasy bliss all the time. It would get boring. It sounds great now, right? Because we haven't had that for a while. And we've forgotten what that's like. Well, a few thousand, 5,000, 20,000 years, I don't know. Maybe lifetimes, I don't know. Whatever. The point is we need the challenges. What's your favorite movie, anybody? Your favorite novel? Favorite film? Princess Bride. Who did you love in The Princess Bride?
I like the princess.
Great. Did she have anything to overcome? Princess Buttercup.
Yeah, tons.
Isn't it scary that I know the name of the princess? Like, what does that even say about me, right? Huge. She had massive. Her true love disappeared. She had to marry this heinous king who was forcing her into a life of slavery and all kinds of other things. And so she had so much to overcome. And that's why you love the movie, because she overcame. It's every story. Pick your favorite story, your favorite novel. 99 times out of 100, it's going to be that, because we identify with the hero or heroine because it's us in our life. Are most of us vanquishing our enemies? Are we embracing our greatness? Are we overcoming the demons? No, a lot of us get stuck because we forget it's a movie. We forget it's all Maya. I mean, everything's Maya. And that's not woo-woo. Again, quantum physicists are saying that. Waves. Everything is waves. Everything is consciousness. It's possibility. It's unmanifested until what happens? Someone observes it, right? Yeah. The waves become particles. Well, what's doing the observing? Yeah. It's all the other deeper realms of us that are really putting out what we're putting out. It's not the mind. The mind's putting out a tiny part of what we're putting out. Oh, I want to find my soulmate. I want to be peaceful. I want to be loving. I love that. And meanwhile, 90% of me is like, I hate men. I don't trust them. They're SOBs, right? They just want this one thing, and then they don't even call, right? But I'm putting all this out in my mind. Well, what's going to win? The 800-pound gorilla or the little mouse of my brain? The brain is tiny compared to what we really put out. So this is about having it all be aligned so that we actually can manifest what we want. We actually can have the life we're here to live. This is not a pipe dream. It's not like I'm up here to get you guys all feeling good for an hour, let's walk on hot coals, No, this is about actually transforming what you carry and actually releasing it, not getting rid of it, because that doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because when I try to get rid of something, what am I doing? Exactly. I'm empowering it. I'm feeding it. What am I focusing on? The thing that I don't want. It's physics. And even if we know it consciously, we need to actualize it. So this is about handling what's deeper, handling a lot of that invisible stuff that we carry that we might not be privy to. Yeah? But it comes up in our life and it shows up. Same kind of roles, different actors, but it's the same frequency. I know this person. I've never met them, but they're showing up in my life. It reminds me of that neighbor I had when I was in 3rd grade that used to beat me up after school. That's how I feel at work with this employee that I work with. There's so much injustice. I feel like they're bullying me. Well, it didn't start with them. So if I focus on them, I'm never getting to the man behind the curtain. Right? In The Wizard of Oz.